Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Coleman Show. This episode, we're really going to talk about doubt. I received a comment about dying to the self daily that I really wanted to come on here and touch about. So I think today's episode, I really wanted to touch upon doubt, and I really felt it was intuition and vision as well, because I this week has really been kind of a doubtful week for me, I would say, and it's kind of been, of course, like the mental trials and mental capacity. So I really felt compelled with the comment to come on here as well and just to share a story of empowerment for you guys. And I was watching this. I don't know if you got, of course, prayers be to the Pope and stuff like that. But I started to watch the movie, the Conclave, and they were electing another Pope, which is very familiar to the time we're at right now. And it was a quote he said. He said, God pray for the next Pope. And he said, may the Pope be doubtful and may the next Pope sin. And without the doubt, there wouldn't be mystery. And without the mystery, there wouldn't be faith. And without faith or doubt, there would be no mystery. And like I thought about that too, and like it was crazy. I got that during like of course the times and the prayers of living, and I'm just like, a lot of times I doubt God, but so does even like the highest religious figures and other things like this. Like, I'm just a human being bound to doubt, but my doubt is what creates my faith. Faith for the unknown, faith for this mystery that is lying out there. And I'm nothing but a servant to this mystery, and I have to make sure I die. I have to die myself daily to submit to this mystery. And I think in our world, we become so, it's so hard to die to yourself daily to mystery or submit to mystery, because we're a bunch of know-it-alls. Like, we have to constantly know what's happening at the X, Y, and Z, or what's always like it's just, we always have to know something. Like, we care so much instead of handing it over to faith and allowing faith. Because a lot of times, like, us humans, we're programmed not to hurt, so we think not knowing something, or no, knowing something's going to make it hurt less than us knowing it at all. But it's just, people, like, let's just calm down and embrace the mystery, truly. And there is a quote in chapter 18 called A Man's Daily Cross. He said, my child, I had to bear many trials throughout my earthly life. Knowing this, how can you seek rest and pleasure for yourself on earth? Believe me, it's a great mistake to expect anything else but to suffer and to embrace hardship in this life. Man's earthly life is full of misery and crosses. Wherever you turn, you will find a cross. And if you carry it willingly, you will find greater strength in the cross, and it will bear and lead you towards heaven. And if you bear it unwillingly, you will make it a greater burden than it already is, and you'll still have to bear it. And ones who run away from this cross are only running towards another cross, perhaps a heavier one. There is no other road to heaven except the one that is the way to the cross. No man can accept his cross. No man can escape his cross. Even my own saints who went through their earthly life were burdened by the cross. Not a single hour of my earthly life was free of the cross. I entered my glory by suffering and by dying upon the cross. Do not fear the cross, for I shall help you bear it. So this mystery, this unknowing, this hardship, this suffering that we're thinking about in our brains, and we're breaking down, we're comprehending it. We're earthly, like, we're moral beings. We cannot take all this tension. Allow God to come into your life, come into your circle, to break down the mysteries and the word of our daily lives. This is why things as prayer, meditation, all these types of things are very helpful and influential because they remind us every single day that God is here. God is in our lives. And it's crazy. I was listening to a podcast and it said Marcus Aurelius, I know a Roman emperor you guys are probably familiar with. He said he had a Roman slave that would often tap on his shoulder when he got worried or had anxiety and told him that you are just a man. Think about that for a second. Like a Roman emperor, like a man I really admire, and I've read his book Meditation many times, had a Roman slave right beside him to tap on his shoulder and tell him that you are just a man every single day. To remind him that, of course, I am bound by these earthly things, but I'm serving a greater purpose, that the greater person is within me because I am a man. I can handle this and I can truly grow. And my advice, just lay your struggles and all these earthly things onto the Lord and he will deliver you. And for prayer, for my ones who might need prayer. He said, Lord Jesus, my crucified King, let me never fail to recognize your banner. The cross, you said, if anyone wishes to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily. Let him follow me. Your words are true and clear. And if I love the cross, I am a true follower of yours. If I refuse by any anger or impatience, fault finding, criticism of superiors, and unkindness, I am no true follower of yours. Grant me the light to recognize your cross when people and events annoy and disturb me. Let me consider the situation and try to remedy it if necessary. But at all times, face it with Christ-like self-control. Each moment of the day, I wish to be aware of your weariness. When trials come, I wish to handle all of them as you did in your earthly life. And I wish just a prayer for my people who might have been going through something and struggling with doubt and self-anticipation. I want you guys to know that you got it and to make sure to lay it upon the Lord, to die to this cross every single day, to surrender yourself to your cross. He said, as I embrace my daily cross, I shall find Jesus standing on the other side with it, waiting to help me carry it out. I shall not have a partner to carry it alone. My daily life is a partnership with Jesus. He walks in every step of it with me. As he proved his love for me by embracing his cross, so do I prove my love for him by embracing my daily trials. True, I'm always trying to solve my own daily problems within myself, but he remedies my problems and my troubles. When, however, my efforts fail, I shall not lose my self-control by impatience, anger, or rebellion against God's will. Nor do I need to seek to avoid all the trials which may come my way. At times, I can deliberately allow myself to endure things or people who annoy me, at least a little bit longer than I would naturally like. But the more I grow in genuine love for Jesus, the less I will fear or resent this cross. So the more you grow with God, the more that these everyday hardships and these everyday battles you learn to love. Because God is right there with you. And some people think that God designed these for you to grow them into the person that you need to be. So fight these daily battles with all of your heart, knowing that Jesus is right there with you. He is bearing the cross, bearing your pain, bearing all these things with you because he is the forefather. And when you might be satisfied with the results you get, as he says, face this with self-control and don't be swayed by impatience, anger, or rebellion against God, because this is all God's divine will. Don't feel that you need to be in control. Because when you try to put in earthly control, it will never work out. This earthly world will never work out. It's super inconsistent, but God is consistent. Thank you. And that is another episode of The Coleman Show. If you guys also do have recommendations, I will try my best to get to them and respond to them. But with that, we are out. Thank you.